He held failed tasks with Microsoft about a sale or merger with their Xbox division. As part of the restructuring, nearly one-third of Sega's Tokyo workforce was laid off in 2001. 2002 was Sega's fifth consecutive fiscal year of net losses. After Akawa's death, Hideki Sato, a 30-year Sega veteran who had worked on Sega's consoles, became company president. Following poor sales in 2002, Sega cut its profit forecast for 2003 by 90% and explored opportunities for mergers. In 2003, Sega began talks with Sammy Corporation, a pachinko and pastillot manufacturing company, and video game company Namco. On February 13th, Sega announced that it would merge with Sammy. However, as late as April 17th, Sega was still in talks with Namco, which attempting to overturn the merger. Sega's consideration of Namco's offer upset Sammy executives. However, the day Sega announced it was no longer planning to merge with Sammy, Namco withdrew its offer. In 2003, Sato and COO Tetsu Kamiya stepped down, with Sato replaced by Hideo Oguchi, the head of the Sega Studio Hitmaker. After the decline of the global arcade industry around the 21st century, Sega introduced several novel concepts tailored to the Japanese market. Derby Owners Club was an arcade machine with memory cards for data storage, designed to take over half an hour to complete by costing 500 Japanese yen to play. Testing of Derby Owners Club in an arcade in Chicago showed that it became the most popular machine in the arcade, with 92% replay rate. With the 8-player Japanese version of the game released in 1999, the game was reduced to a smaller 4-player version due to the size issues and released in North America in 2003. Sega introduced trading card game machines, with games such as World Club Champion Football for general audiences and Mushi King, the King of Beetles for young children. The company also introduced internet functionality in arcades with Virtua Fighter 4 in 2001. The further enhanced it with AllNet, a network system for arcade games introduced in 2004. Sammy takeover and business expansion from 2003 to 2015. In August 2003, Sammy bought 22.4% of Sega's share from CSK. In the same year, Hajime Satomi, chairman of Sammy, stated that Sega's activity would focus on their profitable arcade business as opposed to their loss incurring home software development. In 2004, Sammy completed a takeover by purchasing a controlling share of Sega Corporation for $1.1 billion. Sega Sammy Holdings, an entertainment conglomerate, was curated. Sega and Sammy became subsidiaries of the new holding company, with both companies operating independently while the executive departments merged. According to the first Sega Sammy annual report, the merger went ahead as both companies were facing difficulties. Satomi stated that Sega had been operating at a loss for nearly 10 years, while Sammy feared stagnation and over-reliance of its highly profitable Patchy slot to diversify. Sega Sammy Holdings was structured into 4 parts: consumer business, video games, amusement machine business, arcade games, amusement center business, Sega's theme parks and arcades, and Patchy slot and Panchico business, Sammy's Panchico and Patchy slot business. In the console and handheld business, Sega found success with games targeted at the Japanese market, such as the Yukaza and Hatsune Miku Project Diva series, while also distributing games from smaller Japanese developers and localizations of Western games in Japan. During 2003, Sega had plans of partnering with John Woo on development with video games of his Tiger Hill Entertainment Studio, but plans fell through. Sega's most successful arcade games at the time, such as Sango Okushi, Teisen, and the Border Break, continued to be based on network and card systems. Arcade machine sales incurred higher profits than their console profitable and PC games on a year-to-year basis until 2010s. In 2004, the GameWorks chain of arcades came under Sega ownership until it was sold in 2011. In 2009, Sega Republic, an indoor theme park, opened in Dubai. The next year, Sega began providing the 3D imaging for Hatsune Miku's holographic concerts. In 2013, Index Corporation was purchased by Sega Sammy after going bankrupt. After the buyout, Sega implemented a corporate spin-off with Index. The latter's game sets were rebranded as Atlas, wholly owned subsidiary of Sega. Due in part of the decline of packaged game sales worldwide in the 2010s, Sega began layoffs and closed 5 offices based in Europe and Australia in July 1st, 2012. This was to focus on the digital game market, such as PC and mobile devices. Sega gradually reduced its arcade centers from 450 in 2005 to around 200 in 2015. In the mobile market, Sega released its first app on the iTunes Store with a version of Super Monkey Ball in 2008. The Western lineup consisted of emulations of games and pay-to-play apps. These were eventually overshadowed by free-to-play games, leading to 19 older mobile games being pulled due to quality concerns in May 2015. In 2012, Sega also began acquiring studios for mobile development, with studios such as Hardlight 3 Rings Design and Demiurge Studios becoming fully owned subsidiaries. To streamline operations, Sega established optional firms for each of its businesses in the 2010s. In 2012, Sega established Sega Networks as a subsidiary company for its mobile games. The same year, Sega Entertainment was established for Sega's amusement facility business. In January 2015, Sega of America announced their relocation from San Francisco to Atlas USA's headquarters in Irvine, California, which was completed later that year. From 2005 to 2015, Sega's operating income generally saw improvements compared to Sega's past financial problems, but was not profitable every year of operation. And now we come to Sega operating incomes 2005 to 2015, Japanese yen in millions. So, here we go.